Hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I really appreciate it. So I was, browsing through the web on my time, and I seen this story. I was like, hey, we can make a video on this. So he bought the all new Lexus RZ 450e, and in my opinion, he overpaid. He claimed that he paid $70,000 for it, and then when he got it appraised, they appraised it for about $37. So we're gonna address that right here. Anytime you purchase any vehicle, doesn't matter what it is, it literally lose half of its value when you drive it off the lot, and that's a fact. Especially with EVs, I feel like it hits harder now comparing to what it was before during the pandemic, where gas prices was a little bit after pandemic, where the demand was extremely high for electric vehicles, and and car manufacturers wasn't pumping up as many EVs, so they were pretty up there. But now that the market is kind of like stabilizing a little bit, these vehicles, especially electric vehicles, they're gonna, the value is gonna drop like a stone. You can see Hyundai offering, great incentives. Tesla lower their prices of their vehicles. All these companies are doing all these extra things, trying to incentivize people to purchase these EVs because they're not selling like how it was before. So let's go ahead into the article. I'm going to read a little bit of the article, and then we're also going to watch his video. But all I know is that anytime you purchase any vehicle, you lose the value. And on top of that is when he got the car appraised, they're appraising it for a trade-in value. Now, when it comes to trade-in value versus purchase price, or a price that you would sell it for used, it's going to be discrepancies on the numbers, because when you trade it in, the company has to make a profit out of that said vehicle. So let's say, he purchased this car for $70,000, right? CarMax is not going to give you 70. They're going to try to make some money. So they're going to lowball you a little bit. Well, quite a bit. I don't know where he got the vehicle appraised at. So he oh man. Anyway. Anyways, when you get the when you get the trade-in value is not always going to be the highest. Like if he decides to sell this vehicle himself, yeah, he can sell it for more money, but then he would have to deal with just the hassle of other people. You got to deal with scammers. You got to deal with tire kickers, people not showing up, people are lowballing you. It's just too much of a headache. It's just easier to trade it into a dealerships and let them deal with all that other stuff, so you don't have to deal with it. Now, unfortunately, like I said, you're not going to get as much money that you would have gotten if you decide to sell this yourself. Now, the Lexus RZ starts at around 50,000 or something like that. You can get like a well-equipped one for about $67,000. I don't know which version he got. The spec on the vehicles, I don't know any of that information. All we do know that he said he paid about $70,000. I wish we had a little bit more information, what he paid for when it comes to like any kind of warranties, anything that could have been added on to inflate that number, because car buying sucks. They said they gave him a discount and that's why he pulled the trigger, but it doesn't seem like it's not that much of a difference. Like maybe they priced the car 90,000 and they gave him a $20,000 discount and just put it 70 out the door. I don't know, but let's go ahead in the article. All right. I feel like I made a very expensive mistake. Lexus owner finds out the car is valued at 37. He says salesperson told him it was worth $70,000. They'll tell you whatever you want to hear, man, to get that sale. A user on TikTok sparked discussion after claiming that his new Lexus RZ 450e, which the salesperson claimed was worth $70,000, is now only worth $37,000, just a few days after the TikToker purchased the vehicle. In a video with over 959,000 views as of Saturday, TikTok user Drew explains how his car buying journey went awry. I just found out yesterday that this car is worth $37,000 and I'm paying $900 a month. He explains in the video. I got this car thinking it was a $70,000 car. It's not. It's an electric vehicle, my guy. The price on those dropped like a stone. They were giving me a 20,000 price decrease, and it pushed me to get the car even more. He adds later in the video, the fact that I got it appraised at 37,000 doesn't really sit with me the right way. But like I said, there's a difference between you selling it privately than you're trying to trade it in. If you trade it in at any dealerships, they're gonna lowball the shit out of you so they can maximize on their profit. In addition to rapid depreciation, Drew says he had other issues with the car, specifically regarding its range. I've had to charge this car twice in the 3 days that I've had it. Well, it depends on where you are. Depends on your weather, whether it's hot, cold. That plays a major role on the range, because this range is 200 and it is not real miles. He details, I have 150 miles on the car, and on the odometer. I've had to charge it twice. I've charged my car more than twice in one day. I mean, it's fine. Still works, you know. Hang on, let me see, make sure that I have. Oh shit. Apologize for that. I will also be leaving a link in the description for you guys. Let me just scroll up for y'all so you guys can get all that good stuff. I'm just sad. I'm distraught, he states. I don't know. Where am I at? I don't know what to do. I feel like I made a very expensive big mistake. The limited range is a common complaint for the RZ450E drivers. In a review form for RS Technica, Arthur Jonathan M. Gitlin describes several issues with the car, including allegedly inaccurate promises about its range. On 20-inch wheels, as in the case of the RZ450E Luxury, Lexus says it should have a range of 196. Gitlin writes, unfortunately, even that appears to be highly optimistic. After charging our test car to 93%, it reported a mere 143 miles. Oof. See what I mean? Like I said, some of those numbers are just inflated, but with all honesty, I can tell you guys, with the Ioniq 5, when I see the range when driving on the city, we're getting about 200 and 280, you know, when just driving around the city. And then when you're, you know, obviously, you know, driving a little bit more aggressive or whatever the case may be, then that definitely lowers the range, you know, to 260, which is still pretty damn good. So what that tells me is I can almost exceed that 303 if I charge to fully, or at least get close to it, or if not exceed it. Because I always charge my vehicle to about 80% to preserve that battery. You never want to charge to 100% unless you're traveling, you know, a long distance. By the end of Drew's video, he says he's considered returning his Lexus and opting for a Mercedes instead. Mercedes is offering me the electric S-Class 108 car for the same price point, $900 a month, he shares. And then at the very bottom of the article, it does says that he did, you know, make the trade, that he did purchase the Mercedes S-Class. Later, Drew shows that he was able to return Lexus and get the Mercedes he wanted. In the comment section, Drew's original video users offer their thoughts on his predicament. $900 a month should be illegal for a car payment. I'm paying $850, and that feels like a shit ton of money. Where are you getting $37,000 from? It's a $55,000 a car brand new. 7,500 points of sale credit if you qualify, wrote another. Of course, trade-in appraisals will be low. Trade-in appraisals will be low if that's where you got the number from. There's a reason they're giving you 15,000 off, declared a third. You know, so all those things come into effect, honestly. But for me in this situation, you know, when it comes to range, you just have to do your homework and just watch a lot of videos. That's what I did. I watched a ton of video before I purchased my Ioniq 5. But initially, like, when I first saw the car, I was like, you know, I wanted it. And what they were promising, I'm not really a huge fan of Hyundai because, you know, they have a reputation, unfortunately, and not a good one. And I'm literally just gambling right now. But so far, so good. The car has 50,000 miles. Everything's still good with it, but I've seen people having issues with the battery where if it needs to get replaced, you have to pay a shit ton of money for it. And that's another video that I need to make. I just been, I'll get around to it. I do need to make that video where the cost of repair for a battery is about $50,000. They ended up like scrapping the guy's car, or just taking it. The insurance declares it a total loss, which is just absolutely insane. $50,000 for a battery replacement for a Ioniq 5 is ludicrous. But anyway, let me know what you guys' thoughts are about this article. As always, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.